this cabinet. I picked it up from a really nice lady in Manning who was selling it so graciously, offered it to me because she knew I was looking for a project. Thank you, Denise. I really appreciate you thinking of me for this project because it's exactly what I needed. So what I'm gonna do for this project is I'm using not old paint, but paint that I had used in a previous project for the inside. I'm just using some Benjamin Moore paint in the color, just give me a sec, in the color Twilight Zone, which is black. Like, it's just a nice kind of like a matte kind of black look to it. It's really pretty. I used it actually in the ceiling for the Father's Day surprise video that I had posted earlier this year for Father's Day. We renovated the bathroom in the shop for Tyson as a surprise, and the ceiling was painted black, and that's what I used. Yeah, it's just the regular, get it at any home hardware or any hardware store. We purchased this at Home Hardware or Empire Home Building Center in Manning. Now for the outside of this cabinet, I am using, it's called Country Chick paint, and it's in the color Wanderous. It's sort of like a pretty blue. It's hard to see. You'll see it when it's on. It probably matches my coffee cup. That's the color. So I'm doing the outside with it. I think that, well, I'm diluting the paint to do two thin coats on it to get the look that I want. And then I will seal it after with like a semi-gloss finish to kind of like make it so it's a hard coat. But this is a chalk paint. I got this at Amici's greenhouse. Staff is very knowledgeable, very helpful. Thank you, Ashley, so much for helping me pick out the stuff that I needed. But Amici's here in Manning, they carry this paint, and it's very inexpensive. So if you have a project, go ask Lori or Ashley to help you out, and they will be more than happy to accommodate what you need for your project. The Tough Coat, it's called Tough Coat, and it's the same stuff. It's Country Chick paint, and I will apply this after it's all painted. So the outside is going to be blue. The inside is going to be black. And the reason I'm doing that is because I will be storing my canned goods. The stuff that I'm canning, the vegetables that I'm preserving, I'm going to store them in this cabinet for easy access in my kitchen. So, let's get painting. I am told that if you dilute it and put on very thin coats, it actually goes on better. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to thin it out just a little bit. And apparently it looks really awful the first couple of coats. And so yeah, that's the color of it. I think it's really pretty myself. So I don't know, I've never used this type before. I've used chalk paints before, but it's never really been like this. So I'm gonna give it a go and see how it goes. I didn't really plan this out so well. So I don't have a lot in there. I'm just kind of, I'll take that open maybe. I don't have a lot, just covered the bottom sort of thing. And I'm just gonna add a little bit of water. See how thin that is. There's probably about a half, maybe not quite a half teaspoon of water in there. And just kind of mix it in so it's really thin. So I can move that so you can see it. And it's thin. It's about normal paint consistency, I would say. So I'm just gonna start working on it. Now, one of the things of this paint is supposedly you don't need to sand it. Supposedly you don't need to sand the surface. This is a really crazy shiny surface, so we'll find out. Whew, it goes on pretty good actually. So a little bit definitely goes a very long way. Now I'm not making it super pretty yet. I'm still just trying to get it on. I'm trying to just get the surface covered, so I will come in after and make it all pretty and even. I just want to get the first coat on. It actually dries really fast too, I've noticed. So far this paint's awesome. First coat is on. It does look really bad. I will admit, it looks awful, but I like the color. I like it'll look really nice once it's all pretty and dry. It's a little wet still. I like it. Now, move on to the doors. Okay, the doors. I don't know if I like the glass or if I should pull the glass and put chicken wire. I really think I like the chicken wire better. I'm sure I will like the finished look of the chicken wire better when it's all said and done for what I'm using it for, simply because I'm using it for storage for my canned goods that I'm home canning, like pickles and apples and peaches and pears. Those are going to be going into this cupboard, and I thought that it would look really cute with chicken wire, more like a farmhouse look. I do like the glass because the glass is in beautiful condition. However, I can use it in other projects. So I think for this project, I'm just going to, I don't know, see if, just experiment, just play around with different ideas. One of the things that I realized is it doesn't matter whether I make my decision up to pull the glass and put chicken wire. Either way, I have to remove the glass. And the reason I have to remove the glass on this is because I'm painting both sides of these doors. So I'm painting the inside of the door black, and the outside of the door will be the chalk paint that's green. So that means that in this ridge inside where the glass is, it'll be brown with the original stain color. So I want to make that black. Otherwise, it'll just look awful, and it's going to be very challenging to make that nice with the way that these little pieces of wood are. It looks like this is a replacement glass. Someone had actually put it in. It's not original to this cabinet. This is not a really old cabinet, I don't think. I think it's just one that had just been recently refinished. That's a bonus. But yeah, I'm just gonna pop these out. See what I mean? It'll be brown in there if I don't take this out, and that won't look very good with the finished look. So either way, the glass has to come out so I can paint it, and if I decide to put the glass back in, then that's what I'll have to do. Which I think I'm gonna go with chicken wire. What do you think I'm gonna do? Comment below. So since the hinges are brown, and you will see them, like they're not on the outside, but they are on the inside of the doors, I decided I wanted to paint them black, just a flat back black. And so what I'm going to use is just a trim clad flat black. I actually used this on our gazebo project on the skid, which you'd seen me do just a couple weeks ago. I painted the skid on the gazebo project, and it worked really good. We buy it in like the paint can, or the gallon can, or the spray. So I'm just gonna use that, and it should just take one coat and should be good to go. So I went ahead and I painted the inside of the doors black, and while it is drying, I am going to give the green a second coat. The second coat is done, and I have to wait. I have to play the patience game right now. But I wanted to take a moment and talk about one of the most recent projects that we have done, one of our building projects, the gazebo. Now, I had announced that there was a buyer and we officially have sold the gazebo. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about that. I would like to congratulate the residents of Manning because they now have a gazebo in their rec zone or in their rec area along the Notikewin River, where they have a sandy beach that they can enjoy. They can play some volleyball and some sports, socially distanced, of course. But it is a very beautiful spot right along the river, right in town, along the walking trails, just past the campgrounds and just past the seniors lodge in Manning. It's a really beautiful thing to see something come full circle where you've started building it right from trees. Like literally, we sawed the logs ourselves. The timbers were sawed on our little sawmill here. Tyson, he got that little saw going and he sawed those logs and he welded together the skid and he did a lot of work on that thing. And a lot of time and effort went into it. And you know, we can still enjoy it. You know, I can go down there, I can take the kiddo down there with me and spend time down there and actually enjoy it. And that just, it makes my heart really full that all the people get to enjoy it. The Town of Manning Beautification Committee, and they are in charge of making improvements in town. And these are many people who take time out of their crazy busy lives. I mean, so busy. These are very important people in our community, and they're taking the time to do great things for our community. So the funding that was used to purchase our gazebo was an actual donation from the Helen Turner estate donation that was made to the town of Manning for improvements. And one of the portions of the donation was used for parks and recreation, which is now why the residents of Manning now have a gazebo that they can enjoy anytime they wish. So I would like to thank all of the people that are part of the completion of our project, even the ones that, you know, took the time to consider purchasing our gazebo project and took the time of coming and looking at it and making it part of our community. We really appreciate you, and we hope everyone, all the residents of the town, get to enjoy it for many years to come. I'd imagine there might be some birthday parties or maybe even a wedding or two. Maybe take some pictures down there. It's a beautiful spot. just finished putting on the new hardware. I also gave it a coat of hardening goop, whatever it's called, the hardening solution that you can buy for hardening the paint, and it kind of went to a yellow color. Now I don't know if it's because of the brush, like I used a brand new brush, but I do like it. I think it adds to it. I wanted this to look like it was kind of like a barnyard thing. So I think it definitely looks like a barnyard thing with the yellowing of the finish. It'll look cute, I think, personally. One of the things that I did notice is typically you would, for doing a project like this, you would roll the wire out and cut it in one chunk so that everything aligned with the wire. So it was like straight lines. I didn't have that option because the wire that I used, it wasn't the same all the way across. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So normally what I would do to wire a door project like that is I would just put the doors side by side and roll the wire out across both of them. And then they would be in alignment, and then cut the wire to detach the doors from each other. So then it would be like one seamless look. I couldn't do that with this because half of the wire is has that pattern. And then the other half of the wire has a thing running through it. Because this is rabbit wire, not chicken wire, I couldn't do that. So I had to cut each door individually, and it is a little bit of a daunting task. So if you are doing a project like this, I highly recommend laying your doors side by side, rolling out your wire so that your doors will match up and you don't have to fiddle with it after the fact. Got my hinges back on. Now I'm gonna get Chaz to help me pack it in the house, and I'll bring you back for the final look. Well, was that you? Huh? Was that you? Were you in there? Sadie.